play. Elway looking for somebody. Chad Hennings giving chase. Elway throwing. He takes a flag throw and a late hit on Elway. Second down, 19. Elway, deep, wide open pitcher, touchdown Denver. Well, we expected a lot of fireworks. A 50-yard strike from Elway.
One of the receivers always goes deep. He steps underneath. That's his favorite scramble move. Pritchard goes deep, and he's beginning to use those two new weapons.
7-0. Denver strikes first. Ball game number 43. He's the rookie who has a nose for the goal line. He led him with touchdowns in the preseason 4. 3rd and goal. Elway to Milburn. Glenn Milburn to the 5. Touchdown, Denver.
Wow, they do have some weapons for this Charger defense tonight, in the second half, and for this season.
It's about the first time we've mentioned him, though, in this ballgame. Chris Mims, first-round draft pick out of Tennessee. Second down. 22 yards to go. Elway trying to get it all back, and he does to Mike Pritchard. He makes the catch at the 25-yard line, a 30-yard connection.
And you have 70 offensive plays, but 5 of them are usually a difference maker.
3 wideouts from the gun. Over the middle, the catch is made by Sharp. Touchdown, Denver.
Fossil arriving in Denver in 1993. He was the offensive coordinator at Stanford when Elway was there. Elway firing deep. Touchdown.
Offensive pass interference, I don't know. Does it look like Anthony Miller? There's a flag down, and I think Anthony Miller was pushing off of Hasty. This can, the offensive guy can get away with it. The defensive guy, as soon as he puts his hand on the guy, they call it right now. This is really questionable because I'm watching Anthony Miller run down with Hasty, and it looked like he pushed off. Because this is one rule I talked to you about before, Marv, that I don't like because
pass interference, defense, penalties decline. Touchdown.
For the Denver Broncos. It was quite a story. It wasn't just a find, it was a hide. They had to hide him from the Raiders who wanted him as well as a free agent. Elway, who hasn't gone deep yet, his man wide open, Derek Russell. And Russell is to the 27-yard line. Albert Lewis, the tackler, 31 yards.
We're going to make the clock work to our favor. Just keep you in front of us. There's 2, 4, 6 defensive backs in the ball game. Elway can complete them all underneath.
The last one to Milburn, now Elway. Big hole up the middle and finds a soft spot to slide in the Rockies outfield at the 34. Be the last time you'll see this baseball alignment here, so you can take a good look at that as well. They'll go to Coors Field if there's baseball.
Mega dollars. He got a huge contract. They released him and then signed him for a whole lot less. 3rd and 19. They've got to get to the 38 to convert, and they do, and then some. Sharp makes the catch and takes it to the 50-yard line. On 3rd and 19, the Broncos on an Elway to Sharp complete. The Crockett out, Bernstein out, Freeman out for at least a half. 3rd and 8. And Derek Russell and Mike Pritchard not here.
Wide open.
Elway scrambling. Oh, old-time John Elway type of run. He does that with less and less frequency, but still with a lot of effectiveness. And I wonder if because of Elway's age, teams have gotten away from that a little bit. 22-yard gain for John. Elway, the fake throws. Oh, he jammed it in there for the touchdown. Anthony Miller with double coverage, and Elway put it right on the numbers, and Denver has 6.
Interpret that as you will.
At
Poland said, none of us are doing a good job. The owner, the coaches, or the players when you're 0-4. Elway throws long. Sharp is open, and he has the ball inside the 15-yard line. So Elway, who's missed 3 earlier throws and out patterns, now throws a perfect strike to his all-pro tight end, Shannon Sharp. Turnovers, they've turned it over 3 times now. That critical penalty gives the Broncos new life for a touchdown try. Elway rolling out. He can run it in, and John Elway dives across, and he's in. Big mistake indeed, Chris, by Raphael Robinson, and Elway capitalizes.
There it is for Wade Phillips, perhaps the break he has been waiting for. John Elway had a chance to hit Shannon Sharp. Looked like he was open, but John didn't want to take any chances with having one slip out of his hand this time.
Vaughn Booker comes in, number 99, to spell Smith. So you've got your 2 aces out of the lineup defensively, and Elway tries to exploit it by gunning one out to the 50-yard line, and it's caught there. Staying inbounds, Anthony Miller. Mark Collins with the coverage, and they finally get the ball to Anthony.
A 235, 240-pound guy.
First down, 27, game tied, 7-7. Elway for the end zone, open is Miller, touchdown.
Well, those are the fireworks. And the crowd loves it.
Quarterbacks tonight have thrown the ball for what, over 20 miles? Right, over 35,000 yards. Second and 11. Elway to the end zone, and the catch is made by Jerry Evans. The flag is down.
He was pushing off in the end zone, and they got him.
Momentarily they signal touchdown, but if he's pushing off, it's coming back.
Well, there was definitely contact with Jaime Fields, number 59, in the end zone. He just pushed off with his left hand.
Defense, penalties decline.
And they're going to get right. They call it on Jaime Fields. Hit 58, but it's Jaime Fields. A little pushing in the end zone, and Fields gets the flag. Well, Jerry Evans, the guy who has not been a big part of the Bronco passing game. You see the contact there, and boy, good concentration by Jerry Evans, staying with the football, and a perfectly thrown ball from John.
Shannon Sharp in motion. Fake bootleg. Throws back in the end zone. He caught it. Touchdown. Cedric Tillman. From the 5.
Denver's missing a man. They have 10 men on the field, I think.
And the play clock is down to 5. And Elway had a quarterback throw with a flag down. There's another flag down back at the 8-yard line.
If they didn't have 7 men on the line of scrimmage, if the missing man was the guy who was supposed to be on the line, it's an illegal formation.
You need at least 7, and Wade is saying I had 7.
You do not have to have 11 players. You just have to have 7 on the line of scrimmage. You're exactly right. And which is what you have to do. You got your 5 interior guys, and both tackles have to be covered off, and the officials rule properly.
They had 7 on the line, and it's a touchdown.
I was very surprised he didn't take a shot down the field.
Third down and 5.
Now here's where you got to get the ball to Shannon Sharp for a first down and then maybe take a big shot.
Elway stands in. He goes deep. Has a man. It's there. 5-yard line touchdown. Shannon Sharp. 43 yards. And Denver has the lead by 1 extra point to come.
Down in this area.
Elway looking to run it in. He throws, and he's got an open man. Jerry Evans, the backup tight end.
Elway had completed 9 out of 10. Broncos leading the game 7-3. He needs a big throw here. It's 3rd down and 14. Cleveland coming with a 3-man rush. Elway going deep. What a play. Anthony Miller is inbounds, and he's down to the 25-yard line with a stride on Isaac Booth, the rookie. Very coolly operating at quarterback in his 12th season. Out of that great class of '83, the class of quarterbacks that has yet to win a Super Bowl. Elway's led the Broncos there 3 times in the '80s. 86, 87, and '89 seasons he took the Denver Broncos to the Super Bowl. Miller wide open. Again, they get the rookie Booth releasing early and leaving him open before the safety can come over. Touchdown and a 2-point conversion. But now Elway has the Broncos in scoring position again. Elway throws. It's caught by Milburn.
He's hurt, and Elway said if he tries Wolf one more time, the trainer's just going to leave him down in the corner. Timing pattern to Melbourne has it. Touchdown, Denver.
Hold on, folks. Remember, you're talking about a John Elway offense, and it's the 4th quarter. On a rope with that kind of heat on it, and his receivers know it's coming and they catch him.
Reggie Rivers back to protect. Elway wants to go 1-yard line. He does. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Derek Russell. 12 yards on the play. Russell's first touchdown of the season. A lot of time remaining. 5 minutes and 17 seconds.
Backside and keep that guy from chasing the play down.
2nd down and goal. Loss of 4 on the play from the 12. Elway trying to get the touchdown. Yes! And the backfield flanking Elway out of the shotgun. And he wants Anthony Miller and has it. Anthony Miller brought down at the Seattle 27. Carlton Gray makes the stop, but that's the kind of game that John Elway hopes to get from Anthony Miller.
Elway on a 3rd and 14 fires. Caught by Tillman across midfield. Down to the 35.
So far, stepping his play up.
Elway will run. Slides to the 32. This guy, he is so dangerous, isn't he? 3rd and 15. Elway able to escape. Looking downfield, has Miller. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Wow.
Out of Temple.
Elway to the end zone. Jeff Campbell, his first reception of the season. It's a touchdown to give Denver the lead. They lead 28-17 here today. Flag again. Smith came early. Free play for Elway. Tillman the reception to the 43. Stop made by D.J. Johnson. This Tillman has had an impressive game. 2nd and 11. Blitz coming again. Elway to the end zone. Touchdown. Anthony Miller.
You're going to get hit with the, right here you see Anthony Miller. You're going to get hit. You see Darnell Walker coming on the blitz. Eric Jack slips and he falls. And that's what allows Anthony Miller to get behind him.
Blitz coming in Elway. He'll run it. Inside the 5. First down. DJ Johnson, a touchdown-saving tackle.
And there's no way John Elway was going to take a slide on that play. He wanted to get in the end zone. Unbelievable.
First and goal for the Broncos at the 4. He'll run it. Touchdown.
Then we try and wear them down with that and eventually come back when they're worn down and try and run the ball again.
Third down and 10. Elway lofted up downfield. Anthony Miller is open and he has the reception. Down to the Bengal 26. And that is something John Elway told us also yesterday, that we think the Bengal cornerbacks gamble and we have a chance to go deep early.
Well, I don't know what happened to Corey Sawyer here. I think he started to look at the quarterback instead of keeping his eyes on where Anthony Miller was going. Anthony just ran past him. And you're right. He said they have a tendency to want to gamble a little bit.
Games at Cleveland Stadium. He mentioned that he saw you, Bob.
How was his hero? Actually, I just made that up.
He didn't say that.
No, I just made that up.
Elway buying some time. And finds Cedric Tillman. Tillman with another big reception. Takes it out to the Bengal 46. Darrell Williams ran him out of bounds, but Tillman picking up where he left off last week.
First and second down, but I think they're starting to figure it out.
No gain. Second down and 10. Elway looking for the end zone, and he's got Anthony Miller.
When they changed from AstroTurf to grass, I think it increased the volume of the noise in here. I don't remember Arrowhead used to being this noisy before grass.
First Denver penalty. 3rd and 13. Elway goes long, has a man open. Anthony Miller inside the 20-yard line. And that's what we were talking about. Miller, who came from San Diego, and he and Elway had great difficulty the first month and a half of the season hooking up on their patterns, and suddenly 3rd and longs today, and may not want to gamble here on a mistake. Elway looking long. Miller. Oh, what a catch, a flag down. That could go either way. Miller really did a terrific job of bumping the defender as he went downfield. A 57-yard play if it holds. Let's see how the officials saw it. No, they say against Kansas City, the play will count. First down. To Shannon Sharp. And Sharp breaking tackles, has a touchdown. Sharp's 3rd touchdown of the season. And he looked as if he was just protecting the ball. And Tracy Rogers and Mark Collins just dropped off of him like rainwater.